This is the true story of a monk named Milarepa. He was born in Tibet, who killed about 80 people. After the murders, how did he reach such a peak of spirituality that he was called an incarnation of Buddha in Tibet? Not only this, but the guru from whom he devoted his whole life to get knowledge, became his disciple. You must hear this true story. Milarepa was considered to be born in the 11th century. At the age of 7 only, his father was no more. After the death of his father, Milarepa's uncle grabbed everything from him and then started treating him, his mother and young sister like servants. So he grew up with feelings of revenge and anger. And he left his home at the age of 13. He learnt tantric practices, a type of magical practice. Many years later, when he returned home after mastering tantric practices, he came to know that his mother and sister had passed away. After knowing this, he became extremely angry and started waiting for the right opportunity to take revenge from his uncle and aunt. In very little time he came to know that the marriage of his uncle's son was about to take place. On this occasion the uncle invited all his friends and relatives. On this occasion, Milarepa used tantric powers with the intentions of revenge. And rained fierce hail on the whole event. The whole place was covered with snow. Around 80 people were killed in these hailstones. And this way, his revenge was completed. He was initially overjoyed to take his revenge, but he soon began to regret his actions. If a sensitive person misuses something, then after some time he feels the same guilt from within himself. He was also badly shaken from within. Then he decided to get free himself from this guilt. He fully understood that he had misused the fundamental principle of life. This was the reason why he wanted to take the path of spirituality. You want to do something so that he could wash away his sin. So he set out in search of a guru, a teacher. He met many gurus, but all accepted that they are not capable of making him enlightened in a single birth. But they could teach him something that would increase his self-knowledge. For this he has to follow the path of kindness, grace, and love, with which he will gradually get better with every birth. But Milarepa was not getting satisfaction from all this. Actually, there were still feelings of remorse and anger in him. Finally, a man told him about Marpa, a famous saint, that he could help him. When Milarepa approached the town where Marpa lived, he found some children. Milarepa asked him, "Where does Marpa live?" A child said, "Come with me. I know where he is." The child took him to a field where Marpa was plowing the land. After seeing Milarepa, Marpa stopped blowing the land, and gave him country beer and said, "Drink it and then go to the work of plowing the land." Milarepa drank the beer and started plowing. After some time Marpa left, but the child remained standing there. When Milarepa had finished plowing, he stood there in astonishment, because he didn't know what to do. The child came up to him and said, "Now you can come in." The child took him to Marpa's house, and then he realized that he was actually Marpa's son. Marpa then got Milarepa to do a variety of physical activities. After a while Milarepa bowed down and said to Marpa, "I want your initiation into religion. I am looking for a method which will bring me enlightenment in this very birth and free me from this bondage of life. I offer you my body, my mind, and my speech, everything. Please give me food, clothes, and knowledge." This was a very beautiful thing said by Milarepa. People often go to Marpa and make the mistake of saying that we give you our soul. Because it is very easy to give what is not yours, but it is very difficult to give what you have. After listening to Milarepa, Marpa looked at him and said, "You are giving me your body, mind, and speech. In return I can give you food and accommodation. For knowledge you have to look at someone else. Or I can give you knowledge and you will have to make your own arrangements for living and eating from somewhere else. The desire is yours." Hearing this, Milarepa said, "Okay, I want knowledge from you. I will manage my food and accommodation." After this, he went outside to beg for alms. Milarepa was a passionate person, and whatever he did, he used to overdo it. He went out to beg and went a long way and collected several sacks of wheat. Actually, he wanted to collect wheat for the whole year in one go, so that he could sit with Marpa and learn the things of knowledge. He made further arrangements for his living by selling some wheat. He returned to Marpa's house with a heavy load of wheat, and with a loud band he put down the sack of wheat. When Marpa heard this sound, he was eating lunch. While eating, he got up from the middle and came out and said, "You seem to be very angry. You shook the whole house with the sound of this wheat sack and pot. Looks like you will ruin this house like your uncle's house. That's enough, now get out of here." After hearing such things from Marpa's mouth, Milarepa pleaded, "You asked me to bring your food, so I brought it. But it was too heavy, so I couldn't handle it while putting it down." Marpa said, "No, your way of storing it was not right. Your way of putting food was not right. The difference between two persons is understood from how they sit, stand, or keep things, or they take care of things." Marpa said, "So now, you have to go from here. You are not right here. You work outside only, plow my field and clean my house." Milarepa continued to do the same thing for many years. With time other disciples kept coming and got a chance to learn many things. But he got neither any initiation nor any learning. He kept on walking hard in the field and at home. He worked there for more than 8 years. Everyone else comes there for a day and gets learned from Marpa. One day when Marpa was giving his teachings to many disciples, Milarepa secretly came in and sat there. However, he was forbidden to come there. Marpa was sitting there with eyes closed. So Milarepa hoped that he would get some learning along with other students. But with closed eyes, Marpa called his men and beat Milarepa with a stick. They picked him up and threw him out. Now this gets started again and again. But the result was also the same. Each time he was caught up by Marpa. Similarly, now 13 years passed away, but he had not achieved anything. In the end, he begged Marpa's wife Demima. She was like a mother to Milarepa and was sympathetic to him. He said, "You asked Marpa to teach me something. Some spirituality or some teaching. I don't know anything. I have been here for so many years." She got ready to talk with Marpa. Then Marpa agreed, but asked Milarepa to build a 3-corner house for our son at first. And he alone will do it. Milarepa started making house alone. He worked a very hard day and night. Collected stones or bricks and keep on making the house. Because of this hard work, he got wounded everywhere on his body, but still he kept on working. Demima got emotional after seeing his condition. So she to Marpa, "Give him some rest. I have been seeing him in this house for so many years, and he is like my son now. I can't see him in this condition." Marpa said, "Okay, let him rest for 1 month. And after 1 month, put him to work again." After 1 month, Milarepa was better now, so he started working again. It took him 2 years to build the house. When the house got ready, then Marpa said, 3 corners house would not be right for my son. So you should build a 4 corners house. Milarepa said, "Okay, I will make that house, but please give me some initiation, some teaching." But Marpa didn't do any such thing. Everyone thought that Marpa was doing injustice to Milarepa. When Milarepa had built the 4-cornered house, Marpa said, "This is not good. Now you built a house with 5 corners." In this way, many years have passed. Milarepa continued to work alone. Again, the work was over. This time, Marpa said, "It is fine now, but I want turrets 60 feet high in the 4 corners of my son's house." Milarepa again made it. Milarepa was now getting old, so he went to Marpa's wife, and falling at her feet, started pleading that my life is ending, please do something now, I haven't learnt anything. I know that I have done many wrong things in the past, but now I am very sorry. Demima felt pity on Milarepa. She immediately wrote a letter in Marpa's handwriting to one of his disciples, with a stamp of Marpa's on it. This disciple was also capable of giving initiation. She asked Milarepa to take it to Marpa's disciple and give it to him. Marpa's disciple taught him everything, but Milarepa didn't get any experience of it. Both were confused, so both of them decided to go to Marpa to find out. When both reached Marpa's house, Marpa shouted at them, "How dare you initiate this man without my permission?" The disciple showed his letter to Marpa and said about it. Marpa understood the whole thing and said to Milarepa, "This initiation is not valid and you should not do these exercises." Marpa calls his wife and said, "In all these years, I had made him worthy in both of you, by showing useless kindness, ruined all my hard work. Now he will have to wait longer." Milarepa was very proud of himself. He wanted his authority over the people. So he used his power over them. He had all these shortcomings, but he also had tremendous potential. So I don't want to waste his vast potential by teaching him just a simple meditation. I wanted to purify him before teaching anything to him. After this, Milarepa said, "Please forgive me, I have done everything wrong all the time with you throughout these past years. I really want to end my life." Marpa said to Milarepa, "What you have done in the past, I am telling you some ways to get rid of the burden of that, but you are unnecessarily taking too much time. If you had followed what I said, this burden would have ended long ago. You do everything, but to get out you follow the path of theft, the path of stupidity. Just because of this you have been postponing everything. But now you are feeling remorse in the true sense of your heart." Marpa initiated Milarepa and imprisoned him in a temporary prison. This prison is of a special kind. In this a man is made to sit and a wall is built around and is closed. There is a system for air to pass through it, but light can't be passed. There is terrible darkness inside. Once a day a plate of food is moved inside. And when he finished his food, he pushed out that plate, so that outsiders understood that the prisoner was fine. Milarepa spent 3 days inside it, and on the 3rd day, he had a vision of Dakini Devi. A goddess was created to work in tantric practices. She came to Milarepa's dream and said, "Marpa has given to the education, but he has left out a very important aspect, which he himself doesn't know about. Go and try to know about it from him. Ask him if he knows or not." Milarepa quickly broke the wall and reached Marpa and asked him about it. He said, "I don't know whether it is true or my illusion, but it has definitely happened." After listening to all this, Marpa bowed his head before Marpa and said, "I don't know this knowledge either. Let's go to my teacher, Naropa, who is living far away in India." Both of them reached at Naropa's house and told him everything that goddess Dakini came in dream and said about this. Naropa saw Marpa and said, "This incident cannot happen to you. How do you know all this?" Marpa replied, "This incident has not happened with me but with my disciple." After listening this, Naropa bowed his head and said, "At last a little light has shone in the north in this darkness." Then, Naropa gives complete education to both of them to attain complete knowledge in life. When they both return, Marpa, who has previously been associated with Milarepa as guru, now becomes his disciple. Milarepa becomes a shining light in Tibetan culture. He lived a long life and passed his knowledge to others. A famous book, 100,000 Songs of Milarepa, and another book, Life of Milarepa, tells us that he was a great saint. The Life of Milarepa tells us that even a murderer, through true atonement and rigorous practice, can become a perfect man.